At what age did you first notice your fibromyalgia symptoms? My age is 43 years and suffer from fibromyalgia since 2004. I was 22 when I noticed pain in both my wrists and forearms during typing on my laptop. I was initially diagnosed with carpal tunnel syndrome, a diagnosis that made sense at the time. It was my last quarter of college. I was typing a lot. I also had a job as a barista working an espresso machine, but which later, I think, turned out to be entirely inaccurate. By the time the orthopedic surgeon was recommending carpal tunnel surgery, I was experiencing pain in my neck and shoulders that started one night when I was binding books for my creative writing degree and has never completely gone away since. Ditto for the pain radiating up from my right foot that I first noticed as I was stuck in traffic driving to one of my first job interviews. A few months had gone by and a trip to run errands with my roommate resulted in the first time I noticed pain in my low back, hips, knees, and feet after standing for longer than 20 minutes. By this time I was seeing a rheumatologist who was advising against carpal tunnel surgery. Obviously, I had bigger problems than carpal tunnel syndrome, and a repeat nerve conduction study did not indicate that diagnosis. Fast forward 2 years later, and I woke up one morning with horrible migraine symptoms after surfing the internet the night before. I've had headache symptoms arising with screen use ever since. I'm 37 at the time of this writing, and as of last year, 15 years after my initial symptoms. Sitting upright in a chair has also become incredibly painful for my low back, hips, glutes, and thighs, to the point where I can't maintain gainful employment with this new development on top of my other symptoms. I feel rather dismissed when they say fibromyalgia is not a progressive disease. That is true, I think, in that it does not cause damage to tissues, at least not damage we are good at detecting, but it can get worse. It got worse for me, even as I was exercising regularly, eating right, and taking care of my mental health with psychotherapy. These things are helpful with overall coping, but I don't feel like they target specifically whatever started going wrong in me 15 years ago. The research exploring the idea of fibromyalgia as a disorder of the brain and/or central nervous system is interesting to me. But I find most of the new treatments being developed to be woefully ineffective. Here's hoping for the future.